Hey there, you flight junkies. Thanks for joining me again. Hey, I got a letter from Joe Pendergrass in Georgia, one of my guys down in Kennesaw, Georgia. He came in for training and he knows how these works, but he thought it would be a good suggestion if I explained in a video how the trimmers work on your risers. Some of the risers out there, when you buy a wing, if it's a halfway decent wing, it ought to have trimmers on it. And trimmers are a really good feature to have. They do a little bit of things that would kind of free your hands up. First thing they do is you can either accelerate your wing for more speed by letting out the trimmers or pulling the trimmers on to sort of slow down and flying it in neutral. And by that I mean, if you come on in here with the camera real quick, these are your risers. They have A, B, and C risers on this one. And you'll notice that here's the A's, here's the B's, here's the C's, back in here. So these are your risers. This is your connection point right here. This is where you're going to be tied into the carabiner. This is your steering toggle or your brake. When you're coming in for a landing, when you're steering, you're doing that with your brakes. Your A's go up to the front of the wing. The B's go up to the center of the wing, the C's and D's. On this one you have C's because at the end of these, on this particular brand, the C lines split out. So you're actually accomplishing C's and D's with just the C risers. When you're flying, let's say your headwind picks up, here's one of the things that you can do with your trimmers. Let's say you have them all the way on. You can see the strap is long. There's a buckle here that you can either lengthen or shorten the back riser. When it's in shortened and it's in neutral position, the wing is flying at its slowest speed. If you were to encounter a headwind that starts picking up and you find that your ground track is going a little bit slower and you need to penetrate and make it through, you can open this up and extend that by pressing down on this buckle and extending that all the way out. There's a little button there. And now you'll notice that the back riser, look where that's at. Now it sits up higher. It was here, but when we extended that back buckle now, it's all the way up here while the other ones are down here. What that does is allows the back of your wing to tip up, and it reduces a lot of the drag and sort of riding on the front aspect of the wing so that you have less drag and you'll penetrate faster. It makes the whole wing fly a little faster. And you can let both of them out and fly faster on both sides, or sometimes you may have you may want to use your trimmers to counteract torque. With every motor that you have, whether it's a little motor or our great big monster, torque is always there. Of course, there's more torque on the bigger motors. When the propeller is spinning in one direction, the torque is going to be pulling you in the opposite. On the monster in our Simonini model, for example, it's pulling to the right. If I'm flying, and let's say I started out with my trimmers in the neutral position, and they were all level, and the strap was pulled all the way on, my wing is flying at its slowest speed. And while I'm hanging from it, the torque's pulling me to the right a little bit the whole time I'm flying. There's a couple ways to counter that torque. I could weight shift with our weight shift method, put a little pressure on that side of the harness, and that'll take out some of the torque. I could also put a little more extra brake on the left side. That'll take out a little bit of torque. But let's say I don't want to use either one of those and I just want to be able to fly and take some pictures or eat a candy bar or do whatever else I'm going to do up there, and I don't want to have to use my hands on the steering. I can actually reach up and let the trimmer extend on my right-hand side. If they were both on, I would let the trimmer extend on my right side, which would then speed up the right side of my wing, and it would counter that torque. And I would fly straighter and in a straight line without using brakes, without using weight shift. It would counter that torque. Let's suppose I started off with the trimmers all the way out to start with, and I'm flying at its fastest speed. Torque is still there, and all I would have to do now is just pull the left trimmer on to slow that side down. You're either slowing or speeding up with the wing. If you want softer landings, a little slower landings, before you land, put both trimmers all the way back on. If you need to penetrate, let them all the way out. If you want to counter the balance, put one of them on. That's opposite of your torque pull. Put that one on, let the side where the torque pull is, let that one extend so it'll fly faster. One thing that you definitely want to do, let's say I'm flying up there and I'm going to come in for a landing. It will still land if you forget to you know, if you put one on and to counter the torque, and you came in for a landing at the last second, in your head you're saying, oh my God, I forgot to let the trimmer back out on one side. It's still going to land perfect. It's still going to land safe. You don't have to worry about that. But you do want to remember that the next time you go to launch that, one side of the wing is going to come off the ground faster. So remember to put your trimmers back to the exact position as the other trimmer, either all the way on, halfway, or all the way off. They have to be identical, because if you don't, then one side will come off the ground quicker than the other side. So that's how your trimmers work. Some of them are very confusing. Some risers out there on some of the other wings are just downright confusing. These are very simple. You've got 3 risers, you've got brakes, and you've got a set of trimmers. Super easy to understand. Again, here's the trimmer next to this buckle. Right now it's in neutral position. If you can see, all these are in line with each other. When I extend this buckle right here, like I'm going to do right now, of course, when you're hanging from it, all you have to do is press the button and your body weight will pull it out. Now look how high this one is compared to that. And so that's how the trimmers work. I hope this has been a help to you. Try them in flight. And the safest and the slowest and the, you know, softer landings will come from having the trimmers all the way on. But again, either one's going to land you soft. So thanks for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button below. We make videos all the time. And if you have any questions, call us. We answer the phones from 8 in the morning until midnight, and we train free of charge in all 50 states. So give us a call. Let me know what I can do for you. And you see, if you have a video that you'd like to see, or maybe there's a question, you know, give me a call, write me a letter or something. And just like Joe from Georgia requested this video, we'll make one for you. Thanks for joining me.